Hi guys, this is my discus tank. It's only got 5 juvenile discus in there at the moment. It's a 4-foot tank. It's got a 1200 litre an hour canister filter on it. 2 blue diamond discus, 2 red rose discus, and 1 red melon discus. I keep a bare bottom tank, easy to keep clean. The fish are only small, about the size of an Australian 50-cent coin. They're about 3 times that size now. I've had them for a couple of months. I feed them 4 or 5 times a day. I give them hikari bloodworms, also a beef heart mix. I put some Amazon salt plants in there. Just because it's a bare bottom tank, it was pretty plain. I keep the water temp at about 28, 29, no, actually the water temp's kept at about 29 or 30 degrees. Doesn't actually drop to 28. I do about a 1/3 water change every second day. I know some people do 50% water changes a day and stuff like that, but I'm not that fussy. My water's good though. It's a lot easier to keep good water in a bare bottom tank, especially with discus. My pH levels sits on about 6.7 to 6.8%, 6.8 pH. Because I'm on Sydney, Australia, pH level straight out of the tap is about 7.2, but for some reason this tank always sits good. It sits at 6.7, 6.8 pH. I don't know if it's got something to do with the large amount of air I have going into the tank or what it is, but the tank never goes higher than 6.8 pH, which is good for discus. Yeah, I haven't kept fish tanks for about 3 years because I moved house and all my fish died. I left them in 20-litre buckets. I had big discus, 6-inch discus. They all died and it put me off the hobby for 3 years, and I've just set my tanks up again. Bought these juveniles from a shop in Sydney. Sydney Discus World, I think it is. They specialise in discus fish. They have a lot of good discus, cheap. These ones were $25 each when they were smaller, and that's pretty cheap for discus. They're not the best shape, but they're very healthy. They eat heaps. I've had no problem. That bigger red melon one there, he's a real ugly shape, but he's a healthy fish. The blue diamonds are healthy. They do change colour. I think because I have a black background, sometimes they blend to the black in the tank, but sometimes they're bright blue. The red roses are actually looking really nice. I hear they get a lot redder the older they get, which will be good. This is just a growing out tank. Once these guys get big, I'm going to put them into my 5 by 2 by 2.5 foot discus tank, which has no fish in it at the moment. I also have another tank. This is a 3-foot community tank. It's got pebbles, 1000 litre an hour canister filter, 3 clown loaches, that's all that's in there. And that tank's sitting on about 27 degrees. pH is pretty much flat on 7 with the same water. I have no idea why. Less bubbles, slightly smaller tank, different temperatures. It's weird. I've got about 10 or 12 rummy noses in there, which is good. They can handle the warmer temperatures, and they also clean up a lot of the extra food that the discus miss, which helps keep the tank clean. filtration. 1200 litre an hour filter on that side. The air pump with the 2 outlets. So I've got an air line plugged into each end of the air hose. I'm just going to keep feeding these fish till they grow. Hopefully they grow massive. Probably take about 12 to 18 months till they're about a 6 or 7 inch fish, I hope. And last but not least, Gypsy the bull terrier, chilling out next to the fish tanks. Hello Gypsy. Hello, you fat dog. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Mr. Papa's Penguins, yo.